used to magnify small objects. Objects that you cannot see with your naked eyes. So I'm just from saying that this structure that you're able to see here, this is what we call what? A microscope. And I'm just from saying that a microscope, this is an instrument that is used to magnify small objects that you cannot see with your naked eyes. Okay, and good examples of these objects that you cannot see with your naked eyes, I've given an example of a plant cell and an animal cell. You cannot see the parts that are found there with your naked eyes, but not until you use what? A microscope. Okay, so let us look at the diagram here. This microscope, it has got different parts, and these different parts, they've got different functions. Okay, so the parts that we have here are the eyepiece, the body tube, the nose piece, the objective lenses, the stage clips, the stage, the diaphragm, the light source, the arm, the coarse adjacent knob, and the fine adjusting knob, and the base, which is also known as a stage. Okay, so these are the parts that are found on the microscope. So now let us look at each part and its function. Okay, so these parts, they've got different functions. So we'll start with the eyepiece class. Are we able to see where the eyepiece is? Are we able to see where the eyepiece is? Okay, so the eyepiece is just up here. This is where the eyepiece is. So what is the function of the eyepiece? So the function of the eyepiece is used for observation of specimen under the microscope. So this helps us to observe what we have put under the stage clips. Are we together, class? So I'm saying the function of the eyepiece, it is used for observation of the specimen under a microscope. So this is what helps us to observe what we have put, to see all the parts that we've put on the microscope. Okay? Then the second one, we have the body tube. Are we able to see where the body tube is, class? Are we able to see where the body tube is? Okay? So this here is the body tube. And the function of the body tube, it holds the eyepiece. Apart from holding the eyepiece, it also holds the objective lenses, class. Are we able to see where the objective lenses are? Okay, so these are the objective lenses. So they're telling us to say this body tube holds the eyepiece. Apart from holding the eyepiece, it also holds the objective lenses. Okay, and it allows light from the specimen to pass to the observer. Okay, so apart from holding the two parts, which is the eyepiece and the objective lens, it also allows light to pass through the specimen so that the observer is able to see the parts that have been put on the stage clip. Are we together, class? So the eyepiece, it is used to observe the specimen that has been put under the microscope. Then the body tube, this tube that's here, it helps to hold the eyepiece. Apart from holding the eyepiece, it also holds the objective lenses. So apart from holding these two parts, which is the eyepiece and the objective lens, it also allows light to pass through so that the observer is able to see what has been put on the stage clip. Are we together, class? So let's go to the next one. The next thing here is the arm. The arm. The arm. What is the arm used for? What is the arm used for? Okay, so it supports the body tube. Okay, it supports what? The body tube. And we said the body tube is this. Okay, so the arm supports the body tube and lenses. Where are the lenses? We have the objective lenses here. Okay, so the arm supports the body tube and the objective lenses. Apart from supporting the body tube and the objective lenses, it is also used to carry a microscope. It is also used to do what? To carry a microscope. Okay, so the arm has got two functions. We're saying the arm one, it supports the body tube, which is here. Apart from supporting the body tube, it also supports the objective lenses. Apart from doing that, the arm is also used to carry what? The microscope. Are we together, class? Okay, so at least we know the function of the eyepiece, we know the function of the body tube, and we know the function of the arm. Okay, so we know that the eyepiece is used for observation of the specimen under a microscope. We also know that the body tube helps to hold the eyepiece and the objective lenses in position. Okay, apart from that, it allows light so that the observer is able to see what they've put on the stage clip. Are we together, class? And we've just said that the arm, it helps or supports the body tube and the objective lenses. Apart from supporting the body tube and the objective lenses, it is also used for carrying what? A microscope. Are we together, class? Okay, so now let us see where the fine adjustment knob. Where is the fine adjustment knob on the diagram? Okay, so meaning the fine adjusting knob, it's just right here. Are we able to see where the fine adjusting knob is? Okay, what is the function of the fine adjusting knob? Okay, so it moves the tube, thou bringing the object into focus. So it will move the tube. Where is the tube? The tube there. Okay, so it will move the tube, thou bringing the object in focus. So it brings the object into focus. So the function of the fine adjusting knob is to bring the object into what? Focus. Are we together, class? So apart from the fine adjustment knob, we're saying it moves the tube, thou bringing the object or the specimen that you have put on the stage clip into what? Focus. So without this fine adjustment knob, you cannot view the specimen. You cannot view it clear. You will not be able to see the parts that are found where? On the plant cell or the animal cell. Okay, so apart from the fine adjustment knob, we also have the coarse adjustment knob. Where is the coarse adjustment knob on the diagram? It's just above or on top of the fine adjustment knob. So what is the function of the coarse adjusting knob? What does it do? Okay, so what it does is that it brings the object to view. It brings the object to view. So when they say it brings the object to view, it is to help you as an observer to see the parts nicely without having any difficulties. Are we together, class? So we're saying the coarse adjusting knob, it brings the object to view. So it brings the object to view so that you as an observer, you are able to see nicely without having any difficulties. Are we together, class? Okay, so at least we know the function of the fine adjustment knob, which is just right here. Hope we're able to see, because in the exam they'll label different types of parts and tell you to say explain the function of B, explain the function of C, and name the part labeled B. So those are the questions that they bring in the exam. So we should know where they are put exactly. Okay, so the fine adjustment knob is just right here. Just this small part here, and they're saying the function of this, it brings the object into focus. It does what? It brings the object into focus. Okay, then we also have the coarse adjusting knob, which is right aside this side. Okay, so they're saying the function of this coarse adjustment knob, it brings the object to view. So it brings the object to view. I've already explained to say when it brings the object to view, it will make sure that you see all the parts nicely without having what? Difficulties. Okay, then we've got the nose piece. Okay, so our next thing here is the nose piece. Where is the nose piece on the diagram? Where is the nose piece on the diagram? Class, can anyone point where the nose piece is? Okay, so the nose piece is just right here. The nose piece is just right here. So what's the function of the nose piece? Okay, so the function of the nose piece says holds the objective lenses in position. It does what? It holds the objective lenses in position. Are we able to see where the objective lenses are? Okay, so right here, this is where the objective lenses are. Okay, so the function of this nose piece, you've seen where the nose piece is. The nose piece is just right here. So they're telling us that the nose piece holds the objective lenses into what? Position. Are we together, class? And remember, we talked about the body tube, where we said the body tube, it holds the eyepiece and the objective lenses in position. But with the nose piece, it does what? It only holds the objective lenses in position. Are we together, class? So they're saying the nose piece holds the objective lenses where? In position. Hope you're writing down these points. Okay, then we go to a diaphragm. Where is the diaphragm? Where is the diaphragm? Where is the diaphragm? Okay, so the diaphragm is just right here. The diaphragm is just right where? Here. Okay, are we able to see the arrow? Okay, so this is what we call the diaphragm, just right here. So now what is the function of the diaphragm? What is the function of the diaphragm? Okay, so the diaphragm, its function is to regulate light on the stage. It is to do what? To regulate light on the stage. And where is the stage, class? Where is the stage? Okay, so the stage is just here. Okay, so this stage, what if you put a specimen on the stage? You do not put a specimen on the stage directly, but you put the specimen where? On the stage clip. Okay, so after you put the specimen that you want to view, you put it where? On the stage clip. Then the stage clip is right on top of the stage itself. Are we together? So they're telling us that the diaphragm is the one that regulates light to the stage. Okay, it's the one that regulates light where? On the stage. So without the diaphragm, you cannot view or see any specimen that has been put on the stage what? Clip. Are we together, class? So they're saying a diaphragm regulates light on the stage. So without a diaphragm, this part here, you cannot see what has been put on the stage clip. Are we together? Because it's the one that regulates light. How much light should be on the stage? Should it reduce? Should it increase? So that the viewer or the observer should see all the parts that are put where? All the specimens that are put on the stage clip. Are we together, class? Then we've got the condenser. Okay, condenser concentrates light on the specimen from the source. Okay, so it's one and the same thing. When you talk about the condenser and the diaphragm, they both regulate light on the stage. Are we together? Then we have what we call a light source. Okay, so this is where the light comes from. From the light source, this is where the light comes from. Are we together, class? Then we've got the last part here, which is the base. We've got the last part, which is the what? The base. Okay, so the other name of a base is called the stage. Okay, so what is the function of the base, or what's the function of a stage? Okay, so a base helps in supporting all the entire microscope. It supports all the entire microscope. It's the one that makes a microscope to stand firm. Are we together? So I'm saying a base or a stage, it helps to support the entire microscope. It's the one that makes the microscope to be firm or stand on its own without having difficulties like shaking. Are we together, class? Okay, so these are the parts of the microscope. So at least we have learned today to say a microscope, this is an instrument that is used to magnify small objects that we cannot see with our naked eyes. Are we together, class? And I've given examples of these plant cells, animal cells. You cannot see the parts that are found inside, not until you use this structure, which is a microscope that has been drawn where? On the diagram on the board. Okay, so at least we know that the eyepiece, it is used for observation of specimen. Under a microscope, we know that the body tube, it allows light from the specimen to pass the observer. It also holds the eyepiece and the objective lenses in position. We have also learned that the nose piece is the one that holds the objective lenses in position, because you've just seen that the objective lenses are under the nose piece. Then we've learned that the arm supports the body tube. Apart from supporting the body tube, it also supports the objective lenses. Then we've learned that the arm is also used for carrying a microscope. So without the arm, it will be so difficult for you to carry this entire microscope. Okay, then we've also learned that the fine adjusting knob, its job, it is to bring the object into focus. It brings the object into what? Into focus. So this one brings the object into focus, and this one brings the object to view. Okay, similar, this one, if this one brings the object into focus, this one brings the object into view. So without this, you cannot view nicely your specimen that you've placed on the stage clip. Okay, then the function of a stage clip is to put the specimens that you want to observe. Okay, so here, do we have a stage clip? No, we only have a stage. Okay, so a stage, this is where the stage clip is put, and this is where a specimen is placed here during examining. Okay, So a stage, this is where the specimen is placed during examining. And I said that this specimen is not placed directly on the stage, but it is placed where? On the stage clip. Okay, so when the specimen is placed here on the stage clip, after putting the specimen on the stage clip, then the stage clip is put on the stage. Okay, then we've also learned that the diaphragm is the one that regulates light on the stage. It's the one that makes the light shine on the stage, and it's the one that makes sure if the light is enough or it should be less. Okay, then we also have the light source, and we've said the light source, this is where light comes from. Okay, so meaning for you to observe a specimen, there should be light for you to see the parts that you want to observe. Okay, then we have the last one, which is the base or stand, and we've said the base, it is the one that supports the entire microscope. It makes the microscope to be firm. Are we together, class? If there are any questions, you can ask me as I give you homework. If there are any questions, you can ask me as I give you homework. So when I give you that homework, you work it out at home. When you come next week, we'll revise together. At least we have no difficulties to define what a microscope is, and we have no difficulties to name each part of a microscope and its function. Are we together, class? If there are any questions, you can ask me through the number that is scrolling on the screen. So let's write down the homework. Okay, so let us write the homework. Since today we're just introducing the topic, the next time we're here, we'll look at a plant cell and its part and its function. Okay, so let us write down the homework. Okay, so the first one is question 1. Reads, define a microscope. A microscope. Okay, then question 2. Explain on the following parts of a microscope. A microscope. Then we have the arm. What is the arm used for? 2. We have the base. What is the base used for? 3. We have, let's look at the nose piece. The nose piece. Then the 4th one, we'll look at the fine adjusting knob. Adjusting knob. Okay. So I think these are the only 2 questions that I want you to go on record. I want you to define what a microscope is. Apart from defining what a microscope is, I want you to explain on different functions of this part of the microscope. 1 mark. And then you explain on the following parts of a microscope. We've got the arm, which is 1 mark. We have a base, which is 2 marks. Then we have the nose piece, also 1 mark. Then we also have the last one, which is the fine adjusting knob. So the next time we're here, I want us to revise on the structure of the microscope and its function. If there are any questions, you can ask us on the screen that is scrolling on the board. Okay? For today, we'll end here. The next time we're here, we'll look at the plant cell and its parts and its functions. Okay? It was nice having you. Enjoy your next lesson.
Good afternoon, class. This is Madam Chelukutu taking in English, and today we're going to look at past continuous tenses. Past continuous tense. But before we look at that, we're going to just look at what we learned yesterday, and just to get to the point, I just want us to solve the homework that I gave you last week. So the first question read, dash having Osaka. You never got tired of Okay, so the first question read, dash, having lived in Osaka for 10 years, he never got tired of living there. So the correct answer here is despite having lived in Osaka for 10 years, he never got tired of living there. Okay, so that is the first answer for you. Despite having lived in Osaka for 10 years, he never got tired of living there. Okay, and the next one, I just gave you two homeworks or question homeworks, and the other one is you still play loud music. So you still play loud music, dash, I asked you not to. Not to. Okay, so you still play loud music, dash, I asked you not to. So the answer for this one is even though I ask you not to. So here it's even though. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the second question, you still play loud music even though I asked you not to. So the first one is despite having lived in Osaka for 10 years, he never got tired of living there. And the second sentence, you still play loud music even though I asked you not to. So this was the answers for these two homework questions that I gave you to answer. If you got them correct, very good. If you got them one wrong or two of them wrong, you can make corrections. Okay, so let's now get to today's topic on tenses. The first tense that we are going to look at is the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense. What is the present continuous tense? What is the present continuous tense? This is the tense that describes the action which is happening at the present time continuously. So this is a sentence. I'll just write it up. Okay, so this is the present tense is the present tense is a tense that describes the action which is happening at the present time continuously. For example, I'll give an example of one. I am on my way coming to your house. I am on my way coming to your house. Okay, so the first example. I'm on my way coming to your house. There the tense is this one, that is describing the action. Okay, so coming is the verb, coming is the verb that is describing that sentence. Okay, the next example, she is looking at the baby. She is looking after the baby. She is looking at the baby. Again, in this sentence, looking, the action that describes that describes the time continuously. Okay, so these two are some of the examples. Let us just look at the usage of these continuous tenses, the present continuous tenses. Then maybe we can understand. So let me just erase this and then maybe look at the uses. And each use with an example. Okay, so let's look at the uses and each use with an example. Usage. And then example in a sentence. Okay, so the first usage is it to express action that are happening now. So to express action that are happening now. Let's look at the example that we have been given. He is playing tennis now. He he is tennis. Playing of tennis in this sentence. So here the action is this one. He is playing tennis now. Now, and it's actually mentioned that now there. Okay, so to express an action that is happening now, and there it is, playing of tennis right now. Okay, the second usage is to express action that are planned. To express action that are planned. Okay, to express action that are planned. Let's look at the example that next Sunday. So, the example. Okay, so this one was planned. You can even read from the example that they've given us to express action that are planned. So in this example there, he planned to watch a movie with his friend. He planned to watch a movie with his friend. So movie with his friend next Sunday. So meaning he expects to be watching a movie at a particular time in the future. Okay, so that is, we are looking at present continuous tense. The next usage is for changing situations. For changing situations. For changing situations, and the example in this changing of situations is the climate is getting hotter each year. So yeah. Climate is getting hotter each year. So this is about weather. Okay, changing situations. The weather changes. Obviously, you all know that the weather changes. So the climate is getting hotter each year. So that is the example for changing situations. The next one is the next one and the last one is to express time at the moment of speaking. The fourth one is to express okay, so to express time at the moment of speaking. And the example there which was given was we are performing our duties at the moment. We are performing our duties at the moment. So there we have it. The first usage, let me just stand here. The first usage we talked about to express action that are happening now, and the action there is playing tennis. So he was playing tennis now. Okay, immediately there it was happening. Okay, and the second one was to express an action that was planned. There where you say I'll be watching a movie with someone and you be planning, you have planned it, and the sentence will read he is watching a movie with his friend next Sunday. Okay, so the third one is for changing situations, and in this case they talked about the climate. Okay, so the climate is getting hotter every year. Okay, and the last one was to express time at the moment of speaking. Use present continuous tense. So if there are any questions, we can ask, or we can just look at these 4 examples that I prepared. Okay, so the first question on the example is, he is dash the holiday in Cape Town. Dash the exam this month. Okay, so the first example. Okay, the first example, he is dash the holiday in Cape Town. What do you think the present continuous tense will be there? What is the action that is going to be written on that space there? The answer is, he is spending the holiday in Cape Town. So the answer here is, he is spending. He is spending the holiday. The second one is, I am dash. The answer there is, I'm taking the exam this month. I'm taking the exam this month. I'm taking on education. John is done dash an essay on education, and the correct answer there is writing. The continuous present continuous tense there is writing. So there is writing, there is taking, and there is spending. So that is how you go about the present continuous tense. He's spending the holiday in Cape Town. He is spending the holiday in Cape Town. So it is continuous. Okay. And the last one is, John is writing an essay on education. Okay. So these are the 3 examples that I prepared for you. I hope it's clear. Questions? So homework. So in this maybe it's either you maybe put a ing or ed. It's according to the way your sentence will sound. So easy dash with the guitar, okay, and then the laborers are. I think it should be a. I know the laborer is dash the carriage. So these are the 4 questions on homework. I hope you do, and I hope you've understood what I just taught, and that it will just be a walkover as you solve the homework questions. Thank you very much, grade 8. We'll meet next time as we'll look at another tense, which will be past continuous tense. Thank you very much.
The questions is, so a father is twice as old as his son. Okay, so we are saying that his son is X years old. Okay, and the father is Y years age in terms of X. His father's age in, given that the son's age is 24 years old. Okay, so how old was the father? How old was the father 3 years ago? And lastly, how old will the father be in 6 years time? Okay, so for this question we are going to be using the examples under functions to solve the question. Okay, so in this question we are saying that a father is twice as old as the son. Okay, the father is twice as old as the son. So we have got this word twice. Okay, now we are saying that the son is X years. So the X is dealing with that of the father. Okay, then of the question we are saying that we express y in terms of x. What we have is this word twice. Okay, so we have to know the meaning of twice. Okay, so there are these words. Okay, so when we say that an event occurred just once, then what we mean, we say that an event occurred twice, meaning that that event occurred 2 times. So where there is twice, we mean 2. Okay, then thrice. So when we say that an event occurred thrice, we mean 3 times. So this means 3 times. Okay, so here we are saying that the father is twice as old as his son, meaning that the age of the son, for us to get the age of the father, then we are supposed to say the age of the son times 2. Okay, so meaning that since what we have, the age of the father there is y years old, so we'll say y is equal to, so the age of the son is twice that of the father. So we'll say, since the age of the son is x, so here where there is x, in front of x we'll put functions to solve such questions. So this is just an expression. So the expression here is y is equal to 2x. Y is equal to 2x. Y is the father's age, and then the x is part B of the question. In part B of the question, we are saying that what was his father's age? Just an expression. Okay, so here we are saying that the question is, what was his father's age 3 years ago? Okay, now the expression which we have, the relationship between the son and the father is equal to 2x. Y is equal to 2x. Now, okay, so from the father's age, son's age, which is y is equal to 2, y is equal to 2x minus 3. So meaning that the father's age 3 years ago was y is equal to 2x minus 3. So this is just an expression. Okay, let's go to the next one. So for the next one, which is part C, so we are saying that what will the father's age be in 6 years time? What will they in the future? Okay, something which will happen in the future. So also this condition, 6 years time, that is 6 years to come. Okay, so if today the father's age is y is equal to 2x, then after 6 years the father's age will be y is equal to 2x, then we add the 6 years. So for something which will happen in future, we add. So here we are going to add the 6. So we can use to calculating the father's age when we know the age of the son. We are saying that we are given that the son's age is 24 years. The son's age is 24 years. Okay, so how old was the father 3 years ago? How old was the father? For 3 years ago, we have the expression which is y is equal to 2x minus 3. Y the father 3 years ago. So since we know the actual years of the son, which is 24, so that is the actual number of years, which is 24. What we'll do is, where there is x, we replace with 4, then plus 6. 2 times 24 plus 6. 2 times 24. So 2 times 24, we are going to have 48. So this is 40 ago. Okay, so this was for 6 years ago. So this was for 6 years. Okay, so let's, here we are saying that we have a minus 2x minus 3. So where there is x in this expression, we put 24. So this is from 48. Okay, so the last part of the question now, we are saying that how old will the father be in 6 years time? How old will the father be in 6 years time? Okay, let's go back to the answer for C. So the answer for C, we are saying that y is equal to 2x plus 6. So this is 6 years time. Okay, so after 6 years, how old will be the father? Now since we know the age of the son today, so where there is x, we are going to replace with 24, which is in the question. So here we say y is equal to 2x plus 6. Okay, now the value of x is 24. So we say 2 times 24 plus 6. 2 times 24 plus 6. Now 2 times 24, so that is a 48. Then we add the 6 here. So we add a 6. Okay. So what we have now is 48 plus 6. 48 plus 6. Okay. So on this one, 48 plus 6, we are going to have 54. 50. So with 6 years to come, the father will be 54 years old. Okay. So what we have done here, so we are just using the father is twice old as the son. So the moment you just come across the word twice, so we mean 2 times. Okay. So the father is 2 times as old as the son. Okay. Now we are saying that the son is X years old and the father is Y years old. So for the expression, so since we are with it, we have now example for do is so X is what was then we should also use a time the correct answer this question again, then we continue. Okay, so I've pressed and then have a good afternoon.